Welcome to Game Night tonight for another unboxing of this Catan expansion, Traders and Barbarians. So obviously it's an expansion to the game, so if you do not have the base game, you need to get that first before you can get this, because it holds all the necessary keys and components and pieces that you need to be able to fully take advantage of this expansion. So I have not actually played this. I got this for Christmas this last year. I didn't even know this was an expansion up until Christmas, and I opened it up and I was like, whoa, they did more. So here's the whole Catan collection. You can look into it, what they have, what they've done, the different editions, other versions that they've done, etc., etc. So you can go through that, order from their little catalog here, but Catan has a whole entire collection of tons of stuff. So first off the bat, you have the Catan expansion, variant rules, and campaign scenarios. So you have everything that explains how to play the game, the different things you're going to be seeing, different cards, different scenarios that you're going to have to be looking out for and playing with. So lots of fun. Like if you haven't played Catan, it's been around for a while, but it is a fun game of collecting different resources to build up essentially your empire. I mean, you're building roads to different settlements, build up your settlements into cities, protect your cities. It depends on which expansion you're playing with, but looks like we're going to have barbarian attacks in this. Base game is just building up your settlements to cities and winning, collecting the most resources and stuff. But you are going to be attacking different players, it looks like, or barbarians are going to be attacking, who knows. But you've got to fend them off or what have you. I'm not even sure, but there are traders as well. So the traders are going to be going through, probably trying to make best use of different resources and then going from there. But we've got all these punch outs here. So on this side, we've got the fishermen, tons of fish tokens here, little punch outs. Then we got more punch outs. There's a lot of, cardboard punch outs for this game in general, but here you have it. A couple of land tokens. You got turn this out, the poor settler. You get -2. Ooh, looks like we're gonna be losing points. Got castles here. Looks like other kind of freight and stuff. Different punch outs. And then, whoop, let's go here. So you got the wealthiest settler, the poor settler, more little houses and stuff. You got the harbor master, you get 2 victory points. So it looks like if you're really taking on to being the harbor trader, you're gonna get more points. It looks like coins, just different coins that you're gonna be collecting in this, because we've not really seen coins in the other ones so much. And then you got your harbors for the edge. So these pieces will interlock and it will create your game board, but with the different harbors already pre-attached. More land hexes, lots more stuff happening. So there's actual stuff as opposed to just the land hex, what resource you're going to be collecting. So more stuff happening because there's different strongholds, different castles, a little farm here, it looks like. I don't know, just fishery, who knows. But of course we got little bags that it comes with for organizational purposes. I love it. Okay, so these look like, it looks like camels as well as people. So you got a camel here and a person. So these are the traders, I imagine. You got traders and possibly barbarians in there, I'm not sure. But you got a whole bunch of those, it looks like. So they're gonna be coming into play a lot more as you expand your trading empire and everything. And then in here you got the 4 different colors, because you got, it looks like a horseman right there. So you got the horseman, and then you've got these little, I guess, boats. More boats, I'm not sure. Maybe like trader boats, who knows. And then it looks like there's another piece in here that looks like a person kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe it interlocks on the boat. Maybe it's your freight for your boat. Let's see. Does it? Nope. Doesn't really go on there. Not sure. Nope. Nope. I don't know how it goes. That's when you have to read the instructions and figure out what this game's all about. But it looks like those are the 3 types of pieces that come with this particular expansion. But of course, there's 4 players in this expansion. You have to get the 5 to 6 player expansion to play with. More players, obviously. You got a little Catan, it looks like a Catan sticker. Interesting. Maybe that goes on one of the pop-outs or the cutouts or whatever. And then we got a couple of decks of cards here, so I'm going to crack into those. Here's a little knife here, cut into that. And as you play the game, there's always different, they'll probably have resource cards or maybe they won't, just because there's already enough in the base game or whatever. But I'm going to go through these really quick. You can stop the video at any time to really figure out what it says, what it does. It says knighthood. There's a ton of these. You got a swift knight. You got a bunch of those as well. You got traders and barbarians card. You got a knight. A ton of those. So lots of knights. We've seen those before. Road building, the 2 roads. So these looks like some of the development cards that they have. The Swift Journey, got those. You got tool making, so it's a victory point. You got glass making for a victory point. A quarry for a victory point. You got baggage train cards. I'll look at the backs here in just a sec. But you got all the different, and it looks like the traders, how much it is trading, how much the cost is. Maybe you can't be having a barbarian want to attack you if 6 is rolled. I don't know. So it has different dice rolls, different numbers on here that represent different things, obviously, and then different colors and numbers up in the corners. But all these different symbols obviously coincide with something that's going to happen, whether it's a barbarian attack, you're expanding your trade, who knows, except for the rules until you read it. But it looks like there's different colors based on and it has different numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in multiple colors. And then you have their little, I guess, promotion or advertising for different, promotion or advertising for different games that they have. So there's those 3 cards. I'm going to set those aside. Don't really need those. But there's that first deck. We're going to pop into the second deck here. All right. And oh yeah, I didn't even look at the back of the last ones. So let's actually do that. Take a look here. So on the back, it looks like, oh, you got baggage train cards. You got 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So those are the individual ones that I was talking about, the different colors, whatever, that coincide with that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you got the big, so it's baggage train cards. Boom, right there. And then you got all the development cards, so they have them labeled. Very nice. And then you know that it's the Traders and Barbarians expansion. So development cards here, tons of them that we already went through. And then you have development cards for the Barbarian attack. So you have the Traders and Barbarians development cards as well as the development cards for the Barbarian attack. Interesting. So those are the backings for those cards. Let's move on to the next one. I imagine it's pretty much more of the same. Let's double check that. So Barbarian attack card, that looks like I'll look at that in a second. Barbarian attack card there. Yeah, so there you go. Development cards for the Barbarian attacks. We're going to have a lot more of those. You got Fishermen of Catan cards in here, a few of those, and Catan event cards. And it looks like that's the rest of them. Yep, so the rest of them are going to be Catan event cards. But we're going to flip those over, and that is a Catan event card. So here's the different cards in this pack. Again, I'm just going to kind of go through them quick. We got a robber attack, couple of those. Oh, not a couple of those, handful of those. You have an epidemic that's going to happen, and it has the rolling token, the number tokens that you see on the board usually when playing Catan up in the corner. So that'll coincide with it. 6, you got the epidemic, you got an earthquake with a different number, good neighbors, and yeah, lots of, so the settlers labor. Okay, interesting. So boom. Got all these. I'm just going to kind of go through it. Each one has like a different dice as well as the number up there. So those will come into play as they do. It's just how the game goes. You know, things happen. Barbarians are going to attack. Different things are going to happen. The settlers labor. Catan prospers. You know, they're all doing good. So it looks like there's a few bad things that will happen in the event card stack, but there's a lot of just, you know, the settlers labor and Catan prospers. Perfect. There's a tournament that's going to happen. You got a trade advantage. The calm seas. A couple of those. You got robber fees, or fleas, sorry. Robber fleas. Got a couple of those. Neighborly assistance. A couple of those. Conflict. You got plentiful year, a new year. And that's it for the event cards there. Then you have the Fishermen of Catan, and then it has a whole bunch of different fish. How many you have in those, and what happens when you have so many fish. I guess this is for each player, so there's only 4 of those cards. So, yeah, there you go. Everybody gets an overview card for their particular player. So There's those, and then you have more of the Barbarian development cards. So you got the Barbarian Attack right there. You got Treason, a few of those happening. Intrigue, got a handful of those. Knighthood, a couple of those. Boom, 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 and that's it. So there you have it for the 2 decks that come with it. So a lot's going to be happening because we have a separate deck for the Barbarian and Trader development cards, as well as the Barbarian Attack development cards. So different things happening in the game, obviously. A lot more facets to the game. So if you really enjoy the Catan games, this might be one to pick up just to make it a little more challenging, a little more fun for you and your family. I know that my family has played this game a ton, and so we got like the Seafarers expansion, we got the Cities and Knights expansion, and then there's one other one that I got that we didn't really get into all that much, but I have it. And then my parents saw this one and were like, we should get this because like we love Catan, why not? So there you have it, all that stuff contained in this expansion of Catan, Traders and Barbarians. Yeah, looks like a lot of fun. Looks like there's going to be more facets. I just love it when like you take a base game that you already love and then you just expand on it and it becomes more fun, a lot more stuff happening. This is going to do that for you. So if you want to change it up, make it a little more challenging, if you can just always beat the people you play with, you try an expansion because it'll make it more challenging for you as well as challenging for them. But it might also give them an advantage as you will be struggling to achieve your own goals and everything. But there you have it for this unboxing of Catan, Traders and Barbarians. Remember, this is only the 3 to 4, well, the 2 to 4 expansion pack, so you got to pick up the 5 to 6 to be able to play with 5 or 6 players. It's just like all the other Catan games. You got to get the base expansion, and then you got to get the expansion, if that makes sense. Anyway, if you like the video, please don't forget to subscribe down below so you can catch any future videos that we come out with for like how to play the games, game playthrough, more game unboxings, what have you. But we will catch you then next time on Game Night Tonight.